like this over and over and over again.
So, like in this instance, Tinubu also gave 12 weeks. He constituted a committee and gave them a 12 weeks time frame to carry out the job. 12 weeks is 4 months, 3 months. So, like we always say, we can only keep our fingers crossed. But beyond that, let's look at the substance of the issues. Like senior lawyer Mr. Femi Falana said that it's outdated. I believe he has his reasons. Then again, there are people who are also suspicious of the move that maybe because Nigerians are complaining about high cost of living, prevailing harsh economic climates and the rest of them. So Tinubu just remember to dust that report to divert attention. Well, whatever it is, 12 weeks, 3 months is not too far. People will get to know whether it is true or false. But we need to ask ourselves some salient questions. The MDS we have, are they sustainable? No, they are not. Secondly, they are the major contributor to the high cost of governance we always complain about. That's why we have not seen any changes since Tinubu announced 50% reduction in his official entourage to foreign countries and even within the country. You will not see any change because the money that will be reduced from those reductions will be insignificant. The main devil in the detail is this bogus political structure we have, which need to be streamlined and restructured. And I can tell you, if we are able to carry out the recommendations of the Orosaye report, we will have started restructuring in one aspect of our national life, civil service. Okay, under Buhari, look at it. All the service chiefs except 2, the chief of naval staff at that time and the CDS, the 3, chief of army staff Buratai, chief of air staff Sadiq Abubakar, and which other one? I think there are 3. They just woke up and established universities in their states. Bills were sponsored through willing senators. They were passed and the president assented, just like that, as if the money to fund those universities will come from their private pocket. Buratai established Army University in his own local government in Biu. Sadiq Abubakar, who was then the chief of air staff, established Air Force University. And there was also the Navy. No, was there Navy? Yeah, I think it's the Navy man that didn't do anything like that. Okay. There's not like Navy University. There is an existing Navy college or whatever. Okay. Yeah. So can you imagine? People did not sit down to think no job loss, as the government has said. Nobody will lose his job. But I believe there will be cost cutting. You know why? In places where 3 agencies will be merged into one. Do you know the amount of budget that currently goes into the 3 heads of the agencies? Okay, it will now become. I'm trying to reconcile. It will now become one. I'm trying to reconcile this. When we say no job loss, will that really be possible? Yeah, because functions will be enlarged. People will need people to do the job, but at least the structures, the bogus structure that is consuming your money, will become one. Will be reduced. What is the difference between ICPC and EFCC? What is the difference? You understand? Standard Organization of Nigeria, NAFDAC, they are all about standardization, but one for consumable things, one for things we don't consume for some things. But you know, these things can actually do one thing with different departments. So the head become one, the departments are there to work, so you need the people to do the job. But the headship consume money, those structures to support them. Money for their foreign travels, their cars, their everything, their entourages. You understand? You'll be reducing them. I think they came out with a list of agencies that we exactly. So and you can't but agree with about 80% of those submissions. That we're actually wasting public funds that ought to go for development purpose. You know, our budget up to today is about overhead. Largely, I hope you know. Yes. While the capital component of the budget is always the smallest. So, are we going to continue like that? Is that sustainable? Enhance your welfare and my welfare, or 2, building of road. You understand? So these are salient questions we need to ask ourselves.
Okay, but
so if the Tinubu has the political will to do it, so be it. But if he's doing it just to calm the fray,
so a report so that at least those listening to us will have an idea. The Oronsanya panel reports these are agencies affected. Full list of agencies, commissions, parastatals by FCT approval. The committee in 2014 submitted an 800-page report identifying, among several other things, overlapping agencies causing wastage. Here is the full list of the affected agencies. But, okay, agencies to be scrapped. Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate to be scrapped, and the functions transferred to Federal Ministry of Finance. And also the National Senior Secondary Education Commission to be scrapped, and functions transferred to Department of Basic and Secondary Education in the Federal Ministry of Education. But how did we create some of these agencies, which, even looking at it, you know that their functions are virtually the same? Let's look at the agencies to be merged. NACA, that's the National Agency for Control of AIDS, to be merged with the Center for Disease Control in the Federal Ministry of Health. That makes sense. Then you have NEMA.
Pressure, then the chances of the mistakes will increase. And you know, mistakes in the business of justice dispensation, yes, very, very
can ruin somebody's life or
so it's
family.
good that this is happening now. And we hope it will remain so.
We hope so. And before we go, the Edo primaries, the fallout, it doesn't look as if we have learned much lessons as political parties, I mean.
Was it Edo primaries or Edo dramatic primaries?
Whichever name you call it. It's like, I'm sure you have seen this more than 100 times in your career of reporting. It's like you just pulled it from one of your past edition of the leadership newspaper. The
dramas are not new. And it shows that politicians are not ready to learn anything, and they are not ready to abide by any rule. All what they want is they want to grab power. So you can see how endangered is our democracy. You can see how long it will take us to be at par with America, where we claim we copy the model from. We are not ready to change. All what we want is the power. To hell with the rules.
It's sad.
Can you see what claims?
And yesterday I even read that the deputy governor Shuaibu came to the PDP office that is coming to collect his
demanding for certificate. You understand? And that is why whenever people blame, I know INEC too
has its own.
It has bad eggs, but I know INEC too is being unduly blamed at times. Now INEC will be at the middle. It will now be drawn into legal tussle.
Exactly, and
it's not responsible for